Siren and Gravity Rush creator Keiichiro Toyama leaves Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Studio and establishes Bokeh Game Studio. Kazunobu Sato and Junya Okura joined the esteemed creator. And I know there was a lot of Sony ponies out there who were pretty much saying, it's like, oh, just wait till they release the next Gravity Rush. That'll shut these weebs up, saying that it's dead in Japan and all that shit. Well, the creator himself has left the studio, so the odds of a new Gravity Rush, at least one that stays true to the originals, is kind of dead. So there you go. Gravity Rush PC when? It's never going to happen because Sony owns the rights to it. Yeah, they own the rights to Gravity Rush, so there's probably not going to be any more Gravity Rush at all. Now, if you want a spiritual successor to Gravity Rush potentially, follow this new studio. Keiichiro Toyama, creator of the Silent Hill, Siren, and Gravity Rush series, left Sony Interactive Entertainment Japan Studio to establish the independent Bokeh Game Studio on August 13th. Man, they sat on this news for a while. I mean, this article's 2 days old. And he left way back in August. I mean, they did a good job preventing leaks, I guess. Kazunobu Sato and Junya Okura, who have worked alongside Toyama for many years, also left Japan Studio and joined Toyama as core members of the new studio. Now, would all of these high-ranking people who allegedly are very important, at least if Sony really cared about Japan, would they be leaving if they were allowed to do their damn fucking job? Maybe this is all the proof we need that Sony doesn't care about Japan. They only care about the Japanese companies that make Western-style games. That's what they care about. Toyama is the chief executive officer, while Sato is the chief operating officer, and Okura is the chief technology officer. The studio's name, Bokeh, is an English term originating from the Japanese word bokeh, which refers to a camera blur technique. The Japanese method of expression has grown to be used worldwide. Bokeh Game Studio defines its business as development of software for console and PC. That's the sad part. They're still limiting themselves to console. Like, dude, you could do so much more if you just went PC, man. Exclusive, rather. And aims to take on many challenges in the future, regardless of platform. Here's a message from Toyama on the studio's establishment. Having parted with Sony Interactive Entertainment, which I have been with for a very long time, we have independently established a new development studio. Looking back at my inner self, nothing has really changed at all since the day when I set foot into this industry. Firstly, I want players to enjoy games built from ideas with originality. And secondly, I think I want to enjoy making those games. This is all there was to it. So he realized he could not work for Sony anymore. And this is why we're seeing a lot more of the best of the best in the industry leaving their corporate slavery lifestyles and making their own shit. Thankfully, it was possible for myself and team to develop and release many games. However, the gaming industry has rapidly grown globally and is still drastically changing all the time. Day by day, living in these times, I have felt the need for a substantial change to pursue my own ambitions. That's right, you have to work for yourself. This is why I've decided to become independent. Thankfully, I am blessed with a team of colleagues who share the same ambitions as myself, and which is why I am able to start this new chapter with a new game studio where we can form our original ideas. We are already under development for our first work, although obviously we'll need some time before release. We ask for your patience and look forward to future announcements. This is going to be good. In an interview with Famitsu, Toyama confirmed that development on the studio's first title, an original action-adventure game that will release on various platforms, is currently underway. Dude, this is your chance, man. Release a censored version on PlayStation and give every other version all the content. And dude, you'll have our support until you fuck up. For sure. The scale of the game is similar to the games Toyama has created in the past. Development is expected to take 2 or 3 years. That sounds about right. Asked about the franchises he worked on at Sony, Toyama said that while Bokeh Game Studio will not be able to work on those properties on its own accord, he hopes to continue his good relationship with Sony to possibly realize new movements in those franchises in the future if both parties agree to it. I don't think it's worth it, man. Dude, if only these developers could just team up to try to take Sony out, Once they go bankrupt, you could buy those properties in the bankruptcy auction, man. You can do that. And these guys are just the beginning, by the way. Like the previous leaks from Bloomberg said, Japanese studio is, they're pretty annoyed because they get no support from the main company anymore. And they had a bunch of exclusivity deals that they had people and companies locked into that they then, they let lapse. Yeah, all these people, if you want to make decent shit, you're going to have to do it on your own. You're going to have to leave these fucking, these companies, especially these companies that censor to Western levels. And there's even more info on this topic that came to me via Twitter. So, and this is a translation of parts of the Famitsu interview. So here it is. So Toyama was saying, my specialty is not to create something that will appeal to everyone, but to create something different from the norm. So translation, there's literally no place for this guy at Sony, because literally the only thing Sony cares about is producing lowest common denominator slop. They are not interested in anything even remotely new or unique or niche. However, these days, the mainstream of the console games is to create big titles that can compete on the world stage. I thought it would be difficult to make use of my strongest style in this situation, so in that sense, it was now or never. Very smart. He realized that if he stayed with Sony, he'd just be another cog in the machine, churning out fucking yearly release game after yearly release game. And then Okura added, I've been working with Toyama for a long time, and I kept thinking more or less the same thing. After the company's structure changed and the policy was changed to focus on large-scale development rather than game development itself, it became difficult for me to try out various ways of creating a game or to change the development policy if the circumstances changed. Now, that one, I don't know what they may be referring to in the last one. It could have been the censorship. It could have been how these Japanese developers have to basically clear everything by the Western censors on U.S. time. So it's like middle of the night for them. All sorts of shit they have to deal with, or the constantly shifting censorship standards that, look, they changed their mind again. I guess we have to fuck our whole game up again. Again, these guys are... They're not the only ones. There's going to be a lot more that are going to be leaving here soon. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.